Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, to the bill. Freedom, oh freedom. Oh freedom over me. Waking up this morning, my mind, my heart, and my soul became focused on this important vote. I spent some time this morning in deep thought about why I will vote no on this bill. What rang in the depth of my soul, Mr. President, was the old spiritual song, Freedom, oh freedom. While I appreciate and understand the argument of increasing voter registration and for increasing access, but my mind continued to struggle with the notion of a mandated involuntary registration that you only approve after the fact to opt out, where the individual does not choose, and I restate, does not choose to opt in. There was a time in our history where slavery was mandated. There was a time of those and myself living in Portland where districts were redlined, where my family and I could not live where I choose. There was a time when certain types of employment and opportunities, educational opportunities, were decided for me. I did not have the freedom to choose. My choice this morning is truly about freedom. Religious freedom. There are those in our society for religious reasons who choose not to register and vote. Civil rights freedoms, freedoms to live, work, and play where one chooses. The freedom of choice. And Mr. President, the freedom to participate in our great democracy. The freedom to register to vote or not to vote. And the freedom to vote or not. We have these freedoms, Mr. President, because those who came before us, those who fought in many wars, and Mr. President, like the Civil War, that my great-grandfather, James Austin, a member of the 39th Colored Infantry, my great-grandfather who died in the Civil War in 1864 at Fort Hudson, Louisiana, and his name and the ones of the many colored soldiers are named on their memorial in Washington, D.C., honoring those who fought and died to end slavery and to give coloreds choice. And people like my grandfather, Robert Jackson, whose poll tax receipt you have a copy on your desk this morning. He faced many obstacles trying to choose, Mr. President, to participate in this great democracy of ours. He worked hard to pay his taxes so that he could vote and participate. And I'm thankful we do not have those obstacles that he faced today. In fact, Mr. President, we made it easy and convenient here in Oregon for those to have the legal right and who want to participate. That's very important, who want to participate. Mr. President, I choose this morning freedom. I do not want to, and I said it when we voted before, to trivialize what the forefathers and others who worked and died for. so that we could all participate in this great democracy. And I can appreciate, Mr. President, the desire and the need to remove barriers. And there's nobody who cares more about the rights and the privileges than I do. There's nobody in this chamber who has experienced those barriers like I have. And I thoroughly appreciate the opportunity to stand on this floor today, because it is those rights that have allowed me this opportunity to be here with you. But I do not want my choice and the choice of others taken away. Thank you, Mr. President.